Hi guys, so we're continuing with capacity page 178 and we're on topic 28 planet maths. So decimal fractions of a litre. 1000 mils is equal to a litre. What decimal fraction of a litre are the following quantities? So 100 millilitres is 1 over something of a litre, which is equal to 0.1 litres. So it's 1/10. 10 millilitres is what over whatever of a litre. Now you're expressing 10 as a fraction of a litre, and then in a decimal fraction, how can this be expressed? And then 1 millilitre. Remember, there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, and if it's 1 millilitre, what is that expressed as a fraction of a litre, and then as a decimal fraction? So they're quite easy, guys, if you remember your placement and your tenths, hundredths and thousandths. Now, what quantity in millilitres shown by the red arrows? What decimal fraction of a litre is each amount? So we have it there. So guys, you just have to write the answers. A equals B equals C equals D in number 1, and we're expressing it as a decimal fraction. So if you want to express it as a fraction and convert it to a decimal, perfect. Then the next one, 2, again, we have just A, B, C this time. And then we have in number 3, A, B, C, D. And be very careful of your intervals, please. So you know 1,000 millilitres in a litre, and you always consider the base, the bottom notch or marking as 0. Okay, guys. So and then we have 4 and we have 5. So we have A, B, C, D. And if you look there, it actually says oh God. I can't actually see that. It says 100 mils. That's 100 mils there between the C and the D. And that's 100 mils between the C and the B and the C there, please. Oh, the two B's and C's, that's 100 mils. Guys, I'll take a pic of this and upload it so it's easier for you to see. Draw the graduated cylinders into your copies and mark the in the quantities given. So again, our graduated cylinder is up as far as 100 mils. So you have to display ABC in all of them up to number 7. So the decimal fraction as in 0.03, which is 3/100ths of the total capacity of that cylinder. There's a big hint. Okay, guys, and then finally in C, what fraction and decimal fraction of a litre are the quantities on each of these labels? So 750 out of a total of 1,000, and then you can break that down to its simplest form and then convert it to a decimal. So that's very easy to do. We've done it loads of times before. Break it down, and then to express it as a decimal, you don't really have to break it down, but you have to express it as a fraction. Okay, in the following. Right, guys, and that's 38 millilitres. Remember, milli meaning there's 1,000 millilitres in a litre. And then from yesterday's work, guys, we were going on to percentages, and we were continuing with number 3, decrease each of the amounts by 10%. That's 1/10. So the first one was 9. Oh, 9. It wasn't €9. Sorry, guys. I thought that was, so it's just 9. I had €9 there. The next one, when you decrease €4 by 10%, you end up, when you subtract it, you end up at 360 because it's 40 from a total of €4. The next one was 45 because 10% of 50 is 5, and you have to subtract it because you're decreasing it by 10%. And the next one was 108 cent or €1.08 because 10% was 12, and you subtracted that to get the total amount upon the decrease. And then 135, and 10% was 15, and then when you subtract that from 150 135, then €20.90 would be €18.81 because we got 10% of €20.90, and then we subtracted the figure that we got. So 10%, 10 into 20 goes twice, 10 into 9 won't go, and 10 into 90 goes 9 times. So it was €2.09. And when you subtract €2.09 from €20, you get €18.81. And the next one was €112.50, 112.50.5. Sorry, I keep on about money the whole time. And the last one was 72 cent because 10% of 80 is 8. And when you subtract 8 cent from 80 cent, you end up with 72 cent. So that's quite, they were actually quite easy, guys. Now I want you to do number 4 tonight. And this is calculate the following. So 35% of something is 14. Now remember our rule. You can only divide by what you have. So if you have to, my biggest tip here would be to convert the percentage into a fraction and work it from there, guys. So convert into a fraction, work from there. So 35% will be 35 over 100, breaking it down to its simplest form. You could divide by 5. 5 into 35 goes 7 times, and 5 into 100 goes 20. So 7/20ths of a number is 14, and we're looking for 20/20ths. Remember, we have only 7/20ths. I have done this, and Miss Campbell has done this throughout the whole year. So I want you to do again, they're all, you don't have the full 100%, you don't have your full 8/8ths or your 10/10ths or your 20/20ths. You just have a partial fraction, or you have a percentage of the total percentage in each of the following instances. So I'll have those answers uploaded for you tomorrow, guys, and the answers to page 178 also, which is quite a nice page. Okay, thanks guys, talk to you tomorrow.